Good afternoon, everybody. We're coming to you live online from Genesis Steakhouse and Wine Bar, where we are currently meeting for our Lunch and Learns, our weekly Talmud Lunch and Learn, where we study Talmud Tractate Brachot. And before we begin our study, we meet here at 12 o'clock every Friday. You're welcome to join us. We have a lovely lunch being served here. You're all welcome to join us for the rest of the program. However, just for the beginning of this class, we're going to share with you a little Devar Torah, a little thought on this week's Parsha. Last week we spoke about in the Parsha, we read about the blessings and the curses. We know the Jewish people were divided up to two different mountains, Har Gerizim and Har Evel, and in the middle was the tribe of Levi, and you know, these are the curses that will befall a person if they do such and such, and these are the curses and these are the blessings that they will benefit from if, and so on and so forth. And that the Torah goes through all these blessings and curses. But the curses are very harsh. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. It's painful to even hear it, right? But that's what the Torah tells us. And it's sort of like we're getting beat up. We're getting beat up. Look at all the curses. Look at how accursed we'll be if. So our sages tell us, you know, we have a lot that we can learn, not only from the words of the Torah, but there's a lot of allegory. There's a lot of hints to things. So last week's portion was about the curses. What is this week's Parsha about? This week's Parsha starts with the word Nitzavim. Nitzavim means you're firm, you're strong, you're standing. And this is sort of an allegory or an example of what is destined for the Jewish people. No matter where we are, we'll always be beaten, like those curses. We'll always be beaten. We'll always be hurt. We'll always be persecuted. You know, we have the pogroms. We have the expulsions, right? We have all of these things that happen to the Jewish people. What happens immediately after? Nitzavim. We stand firm and we stand strong, and we get stronger than we were before. Think what happened 70 years ago, 80 years ago. Right? We had the worst murderous regime in Germany, the greatest war in the history of the world, the most amount of casualties. I mean, you're talking about tens of millions of people, 26 million Russians, 6 million Jews, and millions of others of Europe, you know, from every European nation. Millions of people were killed. Millions.
Probably overlap.
So what happens today? Look at today. You have the biggest Torah communities you've ever had in the Jewish people. You have yeshivas, right? Torah has been restored. Torah is being learned. Torah is being disseminated. Look, here we are on Facebook Live teaching Torah to the masses. So what we see is that you have the patch, you have the spanking that God gives us, the curse, last week's Parsha. And what comes in this week's Parsha? Don't worry, God is telling us. You're going to be strong. You're going to rebuild. You're going to get stronger. In current events, what do we know? In current events, we see the same thing. In current events, we see how the Almighty has just beat us up. I mean, Houston took a beating. Right? We had 51 inches of rain, right, which is 11 trillion gallons of water. 11 trillion gallons of water. It's more rain than we have here in a typical year. You had it in 2 days. It's unreal. But you know what? That was last week's Parsha. You know what this week's Parsha is? Nitzavim. You're going to be steadfast. You're going to be strong. You're going to be able to rebuild. You're going to be bigger and better. And you'll persevere. And that's what every portion, we've discussed this many times in our breakneck through the Bible class. We've discussed how you have the juxtaposition always means something. It's not random. It's not like, oh, you know, Moses was trying to organize things or God was trying. No. God put it there for a reason. There's a reason why immediately after these curses in last week's Torah portion comes this week's portion called Nitzavim. You're standing firm. You're going to rebuild. You're going to be strengthened. So, to my dear friends out there, don't worry. Right? We will get stronger, and I know I've had the unbelievable privilege to be assisting in the warehouse, helping in other projects around our city with the rebuilding, whether it's gutting people's homes or just encouraging people and meeting with people and talking to them. You can't imagine the devastation if you didn't have a flood in your own home or in your own place, it's very hard to imagine how everything is lost. And people there are people who didn't have insurance at all. But then you have people who had insurance, but the insurance didn't go into effect because you have a 30-day period. And they were in that 30 days. They just moved into a rental home and they got their rental insurance, and now it's within 30 days they can get their final. Imagine, people lost everything. Right? Yes, so it's difficult. And we need to go out there, each of us, spend 1 hour a day going out and finding families. You can go find there are big piles all over the street. You can find, just walk into the house and say, you know something? I don't know you, you don't know me. I just want to give you a hug and tell you it's going to be okay. We're going to be stronger. Let's go out and encourage people. Let's go give people hope. Let people know they're not alone. So that's what we learned. Yeah, we stumbled. Yeah, we had challenges. But you know what? We strengthened ourselves. We became stronger than we were before. You know, a very interesting thing, a doctor once told me this. He says, if you ever had a broken limb in your body, when your body heals itself, right, through the amazing miracle of how God created our body, it becomes stronger than it was before. It becomes stronger than it was before. So if you have a broken bone, the body heals, and now that bone becomes even stronger than it was before. So you know what? It's exactly the way we need to be. We fall, we have challenges, but you know what? When we come back, we're coming back stronger. We're coming back bigger. We're coming back better. We're coming back different, changed people. And God willing, we will be blessed to have tremendous closeness with God, to realize His presence even in such challenging times, and really become so much bigger and better and grow from these experiences than ever before. Just like the Jews throughout our history, we had challenges, we only grew from those challenges. So too, we're not going to run away from our challenges, we're going to grow from them. So Hashem should give the strength to everyone out there who's dealing with this challenge, right? Myself included, and all of us. I consider, it's amazing to see. This is really amazing. When I was talking to each of you and talking about the Torch Center, it wasn't like it was my house got lost. Everyone felt like it was, this is my center, right? Everybody feels that, and it's such a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, if it was just for that, to know how much everyone feels that the Torch Center is their place, it was worth it, right? Now, sadly, it's a large expense to learn such a lesson, but to know that Torch Center is a family. It really is a family, and everybody I spoke to, yesterday before the class that was next door, and we're very grateful to all of our hosts who are taking us in, the immigrants in. We're homeless, so whether it's Genesis Steakhouse or Congregation Torah V'Chesed and other congregations that are taking us in, I want to thank them. But yesterday's our Chumash class that we have on Thursday mornings was held at Congregation Torah V'Chesed, and before we started class, we took a little tour of the Torch Center. And I don't know if you realize, but one of the people who, it was so difficult for them to just they can't see the destruction. They can't see it. This is our home. This is our temple, so to speak, right? And you know what? God took it from us. God gave it to us. God took it, and God will hopefully restore it for us. So be strong, be resolute, don't give up, and go encourage other people. Go encourage other people. Please, I urge you, if you have time on your way out of here, you see a house with a pile, pull into the driveway and say, you know something? There's nothing. I would help you with a hammer and nail. I just want you to know, as a fellow citizen, as a fellow human being, and if they're Jewish, as a fellow Jew as well, I just want you to know we're thinking about you, we're praying for you, right? Give them a hug and encourage them, right? Because that's the way we are. We become stronger through our challenges. Hashem should bless us with tremendous success. And to all of our friends out there, thank you very much for watching us online. And please like and share these videos so that other people can hear words of Torah and learn while they're on their computers. And hopefully we should all be together in Jerusalem with the rebuilt temple in Jerusalem. Thank you and have a good Shabbos.